Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. Today, I want to talk about how do I word this? About how you shouldn't completely. Well, socializing isn't as bad as I might think it is. How do I say this without sounding like a narcissist? I feel as if because I have all these good, healthy habits in my life, right? Like I don't eat carbs, I don't eat sugar. I work out at 3 a.m. each morning. I journal for 3 to 5, sometimes 6 hours per day. I don't go on my phone for entertainment. I don't watch YouTube. I read for 2 hours at a time, 3 hours at a time, if I get the time to. I feel as if sometimes when my ego gets big, right? I don't want to feel this way, but sometimes I feel as if there's no value that comes from me socializing with the people that happen to be in my life, right? Like sometimes with family members, which is sad. I don't want to think that, oh, I'm not going to get any value out of talking to them because they're not going to tell me how to be more disciplined, right? Like, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Right? Why would I mean, I could see my thought process. I could see why I might think that, but I don't really think that that actually is true. I don't think that there is no value from socializing with them. I think that maybe it's not immediate value. Maybe their bad habits rub off on me just a tiny bit when I do spend time around them. But I believe that my good habits rub off on them more than their bad habits rub off on me. And if I'm going to be spending time around them in the future, wouldn't I want them to be stronger? Wouldn't I want them to be doing more of the right thing? A chain is only as strong as its weakest link. If you don't bring up the people that are around you, if you don't show them the way, if you don't guide them towards a meaningful, happy, and peaceful life of, well, hard work and discipline and doing the right thing, the healthy thing, if you don't lead them there, then eventually, well, not eventually, but they're going to continue to influence you negatively because you're not opening your mouth and teaching them, and you're just allowing them to open their mouth and teach you, right? They're saying, if they're leading the conversation is going towards things that they like and the things that they value. And again, if we're saying that our values are higher quality than theirs, right? If our values lead to a happier life, then why are we allowing them to control the conversation and allowing them to put all these values on us when we can just use our words and put our values on them? Why would we not do that? If I'm already in a room with somebody, if I'm already in a conversation with them, why not just make that person a little bit better? Even if they don't want to hear it at the time, just speak your mind. If you think something that they do, if they're talking in a conversation and they say that they did this certain thing this certain day and you don't agree with it, say that you don't agree with it. Let them know that not everybody in the world thinks that's a good idea. If they think that, well, certainly they must respect you at least some. They must see that you're doing well, right? They'll put at least some value on your opinion. And, well, if you're really doing, if you're doing a good job and you're a respectable person, then even if your opinion might sound harsh, it's going to set into their thoughts at least a little, right? Maybe they're not going to understand the importance of what you're trying to teach them right away, but it will sink in. When they have time to think it through, it will sink in at least a little bit. It will pass through their mind every once in a while, and the more that it passes through their mind, the more they understand it, they'll start acting a little bit more similar to you are. And eventually, that acquaintance of yours is now a little bit healthier and happier of a person. Now you have a little bit better of an influence around you, right? We really want to make it all about ourselves, and we can't see any value in helping others directly, right? If you want to be strong, make your circle strong, right? Just put good information into the world, and you're going to receive good in return. You get what you give. If you put good into the world, you're getting good back. And that doesn't mean that it's directly, like I said, it's not a direct trade-off, and it's not immediate either. But it does pay off in the long term, I promise you. Our mental health journeys are a process, right? At first, you tend to deny everything, right? You deny the truth. You say, "Oh, that doesn't actually make you better. That doesn't make you better. That's not worth doing. That's ridiculous." And it's just justification, right? And you know that you did that at first too, right? So why be mad at the people around you for not immediately taking your advice? Yes, you might be right. And yes, you might feel certain that you're right. But if they don't take your advice right away, let them be where they're at. Let them go with the flow. The same way that you had to go with the flow to get to where you're at, so do other people. They can't just skip all these steps. You can't just tell them, well, I know you're waking up at 10 a.m. and you sleep in and you still do a little bit of cocaine every once in a while, but I really feel like you should start training for a marathon this week, because I know that it's really good for your cardiovascular system, and if you do this and only drink reverse osmosis water, you can't have the fluoride water from the tap water, and you just start spilling everything into them, they're going to feel overwhelmed. If you just start giving them every single good piece of information that you've learned throughout your entire journey, the journey that you've been on much longer than them, they're not going to be able to obtain it. You have to give it to them piece by piece, and, well, give them what they're ready to hear. You can't skip steps in their process, or you can't expect them to skip steps in their process. You have to allow others to go with the flow. And sometimes, again, it's hard. It is hard. It's hard to see people that you love doing the wrong thing, things that you know aren't going to make them happy in the long term. But you still have to guide them there naturally. It is a step by step process, not a step and you're there process. It's not. It takes time. It takes time. And if you really love them, if your ego's not too big, then you should be able to understand that it's worth it. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes you need to take a step back. If they really are depressed and dragging you down into depression because you keep trying to save them, then take a step back. But these aren't the type of people that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that genuinely are trying at least some, right? The people that do want to be better for their own sake, and not just, oh, fine, only because you want me to so bad, right? You don't. Those types of people are a little bit too far gone to save, and that's a lesson I had to learn the hard way, so I just want to say that at the end of this video. But again, make your circle strong if you want to make yourself stronger. Suggest a book to someone, even if you think that they're not going to read it, because the more you suggest books to people, or one specific person, eventually they'll think, well, maybe, I guess that one sounds kind of good. Maybe I'll read. If he finds value in reading, he must, right? He's suggesting so many books. Then maybe there is value in reading. So just say what's on your mind. If there's something that you're interested in and you don't think they'll be interested in it, who cares? Shove it down their throats. Let them hear what you have to say. That's all I got. But I'd like to ask if you guys, well, could you guys please leave a like and maybe a comment, ask a question. I don't have many views, I don't have many subscribers, so I can respond to every single question. I just want to see a little bit of growth on my channel. So because I like spreading good information to people, right? Good people. I want to help you guys. I want to help more people. So help me out. Help me help others. Please. I would really appreciate that. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good day.